School, and welcome back to this week's broadcast. And sadly, the last broadcast for this year.
First up, we've got Jackie with the weather for this week.
And afterwards, the college announcement segment brings us an interview with Mrs. Bickoff.
Take it away, Jackie.
Greetings and salutations, CDS student body. My name is Jacqueline Blair Leibowitz, and I'm ready to give you the weather for this week. Monday looks like it's going to be partly cloudy with a low of 80 and a high of 90 degrees. Tuesday, also partly cloudy with a low of 76 and a high of 88. Wednesday, the thunderclouds start to roll in with a low of 67 and a high of 72. Thursday, we still got some bad weather on our hands with a low of 69 and a high of 76. Friday, things start to clear up with a low of 84 and a high of 92. This has been Jacqueline Blair Leibowitz with the weather for this week.
Hello, Carewood Day School. My name is Rachel Simmons, and we're here with the college announcement segment. Today we're going to interview Miss Bickoff.
Hello.
We have a few questions to ask you, Miss Bickoff. What advice would you like to give the juniors and upcoming sophomores for the summer?
Okay, in terms of the summer, I recommend that you work on your test prep because during junior year, you'll be taking the PSAT in October. That's the only time that you can qualify for the National Merit Scholarship.
All right.
And so it's very important that you do your very best work on that junior PSAT. You have one chance for it. Okay, then after that, you also want to prepare for your actual SAT and ACT. And you'll be doing that throughout junior year. You definitely should take the ACT and SAT in the spring, starting in January of your junior year. And those scores can be scores that will be sent to colleges. Okay. In addition to that, you want to make sure that you work on your CAS activities. Your creativity, action, and service will be very important when the colleges evaluate who you are as an individual. So don't slack off on that. Don't try to go with the minimums. Get the maximum number of hours that you can. Find your passion. Find out who you are and what you like to do.
All right, and what would you recommend for the upcoming seniors for over the summer college preparation?
They also have to work on test prep because if you remember, we said that SATs and ACTs actually account for 40 to 50% of the decision that the colleges use to
it's very
accept
weighted.
you. Yes, it is, absolutely. The other 40 to 50% is based on your grade point. So again, it's very important that you maximize your grades, do your very best in all your IAs and all your other papers and tests and so on, right? In addition to that, you want to make sure that you visit colleges. Sophomores, juniors, seniors, visit colleges. There is, you know, you hear the saying, a picture's worth 1,000 words. Well, a visit is worth 1,000,000.
All right. Some frequently asked questions we've noticed are, how would I know what college is best for me? So personally, as an upcoming junior, or even just an upcoming sophomore or senior, how would I be able to determine that?
Well, sometimes when you visit a college, you definitely get a feel for it. This is the place for me, or there is no way I could go to this school. So you definitely want to visit and find out what you like, what you want in a school, large, small, rural, city. Do you want programs that have a lot of athletic opportunities, or do you want programs that have a lot of the arts available? You know, what is it that you're specifically looking for in addition to your major?
Okay.
And then in terms of finding that piece, if you go to College Board Big Future, they have a website that you can play with and explore what you want. And also sophomores and juniors and seniors have Naviance, where you can insert your data, your test, your grades, the type of schools you want, and figure out what school you want. It helps you to narrow it down.
I'm sorry. What if I don't know what career I want to pursue?
There's actually a program online called the Occupational Outlook Handbook.
All right.
And it lists descriptions of every job you can possibly imagine, from a store clerk to a neurosurgeon.
Wow.
And all the training and education that's, you know, is required to get to that the point of succeeding and getting into that profession. But in addition, it also gives trends for whether that job is going to be around 10 years from now or whether it's a growing job field. So it's a great resource to have.
All right. What are colleges typically looking for in students when they're accepting applications?
They want to see a well-rounded student. They want to see students who have challenged themselves by taking the most difficult classes and doing well in those difficult classes.
Okay.
They want to see students who test well. So it's very important that you apply yourself during test prep so that you can maximize your scores when you take the actual test.
All right.
Okay. And then they want the well-rounded student. What do you do outside of the classroom? Athletics, the arts. Do you help children? Do you work in a library? Do you have a job? What kind of volunteer work have you done? What's your passion and your interest?
All right.
Okay.
Yes. And last but not least, I'm sure a lot of Carewood Day School students would like to know this. How does the IB diploma affect your overall college application and college resume?
Oh my goodness, it's huge. Okay, colleges across the country recognize that IB is the most rigorous program. And so they expect that when you are in this program and you're taking a full schedule of classes, that you are going to have 14 IB classes by the time you graduate. That's huge. And so they know that you've challenged yourself, and they know that you've learned to become an analytical and critical thinker. And I don't have to tell you how much writing is involved, but there's a lot of writing, and they want to know that you're going to be a strong writer. They want to know that you have the math skills because that's an indication of critical thinking. So they value it very highly and respect you as a student for having been through the program and challenged yourself as much as you can.
Wow. Well, that's good to know, definitely. I'd like to thank you for being part of this interview.
My pleasure.
This has been the college announcement segment with the AV League. My name is Rachel Simmons. This is Miss Bickoff, the college counselor, and we'll see you next time. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's good to know that IB affects your college resume so much. All the hard work really pays off.
Yeah, definitely. And it sounds like we're having some nice weather coming up.
All right, next we have Jackie and Mr. Spaulding with the pop culture segment, and then Matthew with This Day in History.
See you next time.
Hi there. Welcome to the cooking segment featuring myself, Jackie Leibowitz, and our good friend Mr. Spaulding.
Greetings.
Today we're going to be cooking burgers. Didn't you inspect the patties for worms first, Mr. Spaulding?
Not necessarily. You don't have to do that here most times, Jackie. I have both buns and gluten-free bread.
Oh, would that be for GH?
That is for GH and myself.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
You partake in a gluten-free diet then?
Yes.
Proud of you.
Well, thank you, Jackie. Proud of you, too. These are going to be some good burgers. Now, there's a lot you can do with burgers, a lot of ingredients you can add. I've just made these very simple today.
Would you mind listing off a few of the ingredients you've maybe used in the past?
Yes, Worcestershire sauce, onions, garlic,
Paprika?
some paprika, yeah, whatever. Some people actually add scrambled eggs. Oh, you know what? We got one other thing we need to do.
Uh-oh. What would that be, Mr. Spaulding?
Cut some cheese.
I would love to cut some cheese.
It's everybody's
Don't you
favorite,
get it, Mr.
cutting
Spaulding?
cheese.
It's a fart joke. Thank you.
I do get it. Once you let me cut it, Jack.
Oh, no.
Always good as the chef to sample a piece of cheese. Help yourself, Jackie.
Oh. You're going to bat me away.
Okay.
In the meantime, should we maybe consider telling a few hamburger jokes?
Sure, do you know any?
Absolutely, Mr. Spaulding. I have a whole repertoire. Hold on to your stockings. What did the Titanic crash into?
I don't know, Jackie.
An iceberger.
Ah, that's very good. Of course, once you got the cheese on your burgers, you can't flip them anymore.
Oh no.
This is my gluten-free bread, bought, baked locally.
What's gluten?
I don't know. So I'm going to shut my heat off.
Alright. But the flames are still going, Mr. Spaulding.
Yeah, that's because of the juices from the hamburgers.
Oh.
Alright, so now what we're going to do is grab a plate. Put our burgers on it. And Devin's going to have to film it. Okay, good. So,
Delicious.
Jackie, it's been a pleasure.
It's been an absolute... I'd shake your hand, but it looks like you're a little bit... you know, you got the burgers and then the spatula.
I got the burgers and the spatula. How about this?
Telekinesis. Okay, this works
There
too.
we go.
Thank you, Mr. Spaulding.
My pleasure. Any closing words, Jackie, to the camera? Thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching. I can't wait to eat some burgers.
How is that? How's your burger? They're good, Jackie?
It's
Good, good.
Good.
Glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you.
All right. They were pretty good.
In the 15th century, Vasco da Gama was a famous Portuguese explorer. During his life, he had sailed to numerous places in Africa, as well as some in India. In July 1497, he set sail from Lisbon, Portugal on his first voyage. Once he rounded the Cape of Good Hope, he landed in Malindi, which is in East Africa. And it is on this day in history, May 20th, that Vasco da Gama becomes the first European to reach India via the Atlantic Ocean. My name is Matthew Pittarelli, and I'll see you next time on This Day in History.
Cooking is an interesting art, I'll give you that.
I can't cook.
Neither can I, but I can bake.
I can't bake.
Neither can I. Anyway, maybe we should move on to the word of the week.
Yeah, definitely. This week's word is mellifluous.
Mellifluous is an adjective, which means to yield or produce honey.
For instance, the flowers had such a mellifluous odor that I decided to pick some and bring them home with me.
Word provided by dictionary.com.
Alright, well that's all for today. Thank you so much for joining us once again with the AV League in 1515 Now. I'm Rachel Simmons.
And I'm Amanda Rose.
We'll see you next time.